Okay, we have a question coming in from Sarah. Hello,
Sarah.
Sarah. Sarah says, okay, this is Sarah speaking. Ace and Rich, I love you guys. You're awesome. Here is my
Thank you.
question. Ever been in a spot where you just feel like you're failing at this whole hustle thing? What's your secret sauce for bouncing back from that, guys?
I laugh because we know. Yeah.
We've been there. Yeah.
I remember the time we were blogging like constantly for the longest time and nothing was happening. But we trust the process, we kept going and stuff like that. And then we started, but even that, I think we did, how much I forgot how much we made with blogging. I think it was like what, 30 grand or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 30 grand.
Yeah.
But it took like several years to really get to that point, guys. It wasn't like we made 30 grand in 1 month with blogging. It just started building up really, really slow. So, I mean, when it comes to having that feeling of failure, we know, and the hardest part, here it is, guys. The hardest part is while you're going through that and you're feeling like you're failing, what are you learning from it? Number one. Two, as you're going through this failure process, is it a negative association in your brain about it? Or is it a positive thing, right? You can really fool your brain and say, hey, you know what? If I'm failing, I must be getting closer to success, right? So, and the third thing is when it comes to feeling that negativity around you, and you're feeling like you're failing, you got to ask yourself, you know, people go through this, and everyone that has gone through this has gone through their failures. Nobody has ever gotten to this space and just go, I made it, woo, right? Every single person has gone through the failure. And it's because when they make that decision to become an entrepreneur, they don't realize there's a whole new world. It's a whole new ball game, and it requires a mindset shift. Okay. And you got to think bigger in your mind. And you have to think about, like, if nothing is going your way, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not getting closer to the goal, right? There was an image that I saw online where this guy was in a tunnel, and he had a pickaxe and he was picking in this tunnel, and all of a sudden he put the pickaxe down, right? And he walked away, and there was only a thin layer, right? About that much. And on the other side, on the right, there was all these diamonds, right? Like just a couple of more picks, he probably could have just reached all those diamonds, right? It's the same thing when you're running your business. Like, you know, you go so far and people quit right at the point they were about to have a breakthrough. And they didn't allow themselves or give themselves that chance to get those results they were looking for because they gave up too easily. You see? Doesn't that make sense? Right? If we feel like things are not going our way and we're failing, you know, we tend to feel like, well, am I wasting my time? And then we start thinking all these negative thoughts, and then we just quit and we give up. And the majority people give up. 80-20 principle applies on this. 80% of people will give up. 20% won't, right? Think about that. So are you a 20%er or you're an 80%er? Yes. So continue really thinking about being a 20%er and think, you know what? Even though this is not going in my favor right now, I'm going to keep going, keep learning, keep going from this angle, keep going from that angle, keep going from this angle, keep going from this angle, forever, all these different angles that you can go in, and finally crack that dam and let that water stream just start coming through. And then before you know it, you just have like this gushing water just wide open, just start pouring through, and you wonder where all that water was, right? Which means the wealth.